Yo, what's going on, dudes? It's your boy Lego Jake here, and welcome to episode 3 of Ben 10 Power Trip. This is easily going to be the biggest, best, and most expansive episode yet, and we are starting off with a very cool, very awesome Void Ruin. You found a Void Ruin, defeat all the monsters, and break the Void Ruin to get a very special prize. Oh yes. And that is exactly what we're gonna do, not wasting any time getting into the action in this episode here. Of course, using Heat Blast we still haven't unlocked any more characters, but what we have unlocked is quite a few coins. As I mentioned in the last episode, this is a, partially blind playthrough. I've seen some gameplay, but I've never personally beaten this game, so I was like, oh, do I need to break that? And I was like, oh, I see, I didn't defeat all the enemies. There we go. But these are pretty cool little things that you can do, little mini activities that allow you to get things like this. A little luck bar to increase your luck during random moments of combat, in case you want more critical hits and junk like that, understandably. But also, I love these little scooter ramps because he gets some real air, and I actually wanted to do some more exploring in this episode, just to go, up and down the mountains a little bit more on our way to our locations, just so I can show you guys just how massive and expansive this game truly is. It is honestly a proper open world game. Just the campsite area is so small, and then you get out to this massive camping area, this whole woods area. Then you got Strudelbeck, which is this nice little city over here, and there's mountainous areas. This is a massive, huge game, and I am absolutely loving it so far. Honestly, this game is just so cool. It's seriously been getting me in the mood to watch the Ben 10 reboot every time I log in. So yeah, that was one beautiful pan and cutscene of this wonderful city of Strudelbeck. In the last episode, we met the mayor of this city, the Burgermeister, and we're actually going to meet up with him right now to get some more missions to complete, which is pretty awesome. Also, what is pretty awesome is being able to scale on top of all of these buildings to collect different coins and collectibles and all sorts of fun stuff. I was having a ton of fun just being able to parkour all around the city. I felt like such a powerhouse, literally, while I was making my way around. You're like, ooh, bam, jumped over the lake, like a professional, y'all. But that's not important. Right here in the distance is the Burgermeister.
Good to see you again, Ben. I hope you're still up to get things back in order.
Sure. Are you okay, though?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm the Burgermeister after all.
No way! Burgermeister, I'm starving!
Burgermeister is our word for mayor.
Oh, I guess that's cool, too. So what's wrong then?
This incident has jeopardized the Lumberjack Festival!
What happened?
Our landscapers were inexplicably scared away mid-raking. Now there are piles of leaves all over town. The village must dazzle the other teams. I'd be eternally grateful if you would pick up where they left off, Ben.
Leave it to me, Mr. Mayor.
Of course we will clean up some leaves for the Lumberjack Festival, Mr. Stefan Solti. Oh, I don't like that name at all. We will just be referred to as the Burgermeister. I mean, come on, that's so much more epic, am I right? Maybe that's why he took the job in the first place. But anyway, these piles of leaves, similar to the sticks that we had to collect in the last episode, there is way more than 5 located around Strudelbeck here, but they are, in slightly more hidden locations than the sticks were. But if you just walk around the town, then you'll be able to find them, no problem. I do not have a guide for this game at all. I've watched, gameplay to get myself hyped when I bought the game, but I never watched, a walkthrough or something, because that's disrespectful to the playthrough. But yeah, my point is that I freely, with no help, was able to walk around the city and find these easily. So, I mean, you can use this as a walkthrough, or I'm sure you can find it easily yourself, so there is no issue there. But of course you walk up with Heat Blast, burn down that thing of leaves, because why would we ever want to take it out with like a rake? That is way too much work. We got fire on our sides, and of course we're going to use it for even the littlest of chores, because as we know, a respectful superhero, or alien in this case, always uses their powers for responsibility, even when it's just burning down leaves. Or maybe it's just, to help out Ben. It's just a personal thing. Maybe it has nothing to do with great responsibility, and he's just being a lazy boy.
How does it look?
I'll go out on a limb and say the town looks great.
Excellent! Thanks, Ben! We've been having some issues with the power in town.
That's something I can fix in no time. I'm pretty good with electricity for a 10-year-old.
Oh, how kind of you! If you follow the power lines out of town, you should find the transformers.
Burgermeister, you best not be yanking my chain. You better not be messing with me, man. If I go up in those mountains and I don't find the Transformers, Autobots, and Decepticons, I'm gonna be so upset.
Hey, kiddo. I'm Carla Clams, the shopkeeper around these parts. I see you've got some coins you're just itching to spend. Take a look at my shop. I'm sure you'll find something to buy.
I mean, she's right. We are itching to buy something. I guess let's take a little look.
Whatever you're buying, I'm selling.
Well, Carla Clams, even though that sounds like something a drug dealer would say, I guess let's take a look at your shop. We got some energy bars, luck bars, power bars, upgrades as I mentioned, and ooh, treasure maps. That's right. In the last episode I mentioned that I wasn't sure if there was a free play mode or a confident way I could 100% the game, but I assume right there is my answer, and the key to how we will be getting 100% completion in this game. Ooh, yes, I don't like to play games just to like a random percentage because it makes me feel incomplete in my OCD weird head. But anyway, dudes, we are on the quest to go find the Transformers, and I really like that all they do is put a little guide arrow. They don't teleport you right there, so you're not like on some weird little platforming mission. I like that it is, like I said, a proper open world game where they set a waypoint, and how you get there is up to you. Personally, I just like to use Heat Blast, double jump a little bit, and get right to where I need to go. I love using Ben's scooter because it traverses areas super duper quick, and that is why we are already at the Falls Canyon power plant to speak to this dude who is the first of many weird encounters I had this episode. Hey, something's wrong with the power. You could say that again. Some sort of monsters came in and snatched the Transformers right out of here. Did you see where they went off to? Well, there's a small camp by the big waterfall. I'm sure you'll find them there. You guys see why that was a weird encounter? Yeah, for the rest of this episode, I don't know what happened. Like, I didn't do anything. It's just the way my game was acting. For the rest of this episode, the only voice actor is whenever we talk to the Burgermeister. Him and Ben will talk to each other, but like, right here? Did you see any Transformers with legs around here? That's literally a robot, right? Those horrible monsters went up to the cliffside with the Transformers. Good luck? Thanks. Wow, that was a lot more syllables in your mouth coming out there than just thanks. By the way, I know I missed one of those words in the sentence there. I'm trying to read it off this, like, small screen. I'm doing the best I can, okay? I'm not really I'm not a voice actor, okay? Maybe the game shouldn't have been messing up on me in the first place, right? But I'm honestly not complaining. It kind of adds a weird, interesting element to the game when the only voices coming out of it are my own. And of course the Burgermeister. Can't complain about that. Him and Ranger Ryan have my heart forever. They are my angels. I love them. And more than anything, I'm just glad that the game didn't start glitching gameplay-wise. I can take a couple voices being messed up here and there, but let's just be glad that the game didn't start having any major flaws that made it unplayable. Although this was kind of weird. I had the thought that I needed to burn these boxes down, but you have to stand in a very precise spot. You see how it popped up with the left trigger prompt there? Yeah, but not where I was just a second ago. Very weird little thing, just kind of note that if you're also playing along with me. And by the way, if you are playing along at the same time as me, let me know how you are enjoying this game. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you prefer the side-scrolling Ben 10 games, or do you like this open-world version? I like both. They're both kind of interesting and different, gameplay-wise, but I love this open-world type stuff. It makes for a more expansive, more realistic experience in the Ben 10 universe, if you ask me. However, we're up here in Chewbacca's homeworld collecting these Transformers that look like little generators, but because they're called Transformers, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they're like the really little robots from those movies, the ones that transform into like boomboxes and stuff. That's what I'm gonna assume we're actually collecting. Mini Transformers that, we can go unleash upon this forest and strudel back to hopefully create a brighter world if they're Autobots, or possibly destroy the entire universe if they're Decepticons, but I guess that's up to the Transformers, not us. They're sentient, so they can decide what they want to do. Also, here we are at our first sort of boss fight, you know what I mean? It's like a little mini boss, and he is pretty cool. I love the design on him. He looks like an orc from World of Warcraft mixed with the Ben 10 vibes, but he has armor in the front, obviously, but you can stun him with your hits and then hit him from the back for major damage. And his little enemies here, his little peons, don't mean anything. We can get through them with a classic square, square, triangle. I almost said XXY. I'm so used to the Xbox controller. After years of the Xbox 360, even though I've been playing PS4 forever, it's like my brain still naturally knows the A, X, B, and Y. I don't know why. I guess it just comes out more naturally saying a couple of letters than square, triangle, circle, and X. That part is actually a letter, though. But anywho, we got all three of the Transformers. I'm not really sure where Ben put them. It's not like he has a wagon behind him or anything. Maybe Heat Blast, because he's got some sort of, the lava in between him. Maybe he sort of ingest items into him and then sort of, reproduce it out later, or at least that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I mean, it's either that or Ben's got all three of these generators shoved right up his butt. I don't know how he's transporting it. He's a little kid, and they looked pretty massive to me. But, anywho, we are, speaking of butts, we are returning back to the power station to speak with the oddly silent power station employee to hopefully restore power, restore life back to Strudelbeck. But before we speak to Dude, I ended up noticing this giant coin down here, and I said, ooh, I cannot resist that. And then I saw the left trigger prompt pop up, and found out that you can burn all of these boxes for some major coinage. So definitely recommend you guys do this, in case you are trying to stock up on monies as early as possible in the game. You can definitely farm for money, because as soon as you exit areas and exit the game, everything respawns, so you can collect a ton of coins right from the start if you so please, but that's a lot of work and I don't really feel like doing that right now. Wow, you found the Transformers. I'll restore the power now. Thank you, buddy. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate your silence and your contribution to the team. I mean, it's not like you're the one with the job at the power plant, right? Why not just cast off all these job duties on a 10-year-old? It makes sense. Child labor laws apparently don't exist in the Ben 10 universe. I guess they really don't. The Burgermeister's the mayor of the city, and he's even like, hey, help out with this lumberjack festival. I don't have anyone else I could ask to do this but this 10-year-old. Then again, if I knew a kid that had alien powers that could transform and do a bunch of giant different things to help with tasks, can't say I wouldn't take advantage of it too.
Thank you, Ben. Now I can read my very long to-do list. Oh, I'm freaking out.
So, what else can I do to help?
Grashugel has always had a world-class lumberjack team, but this year, as embarrassing as it is, our team has showed up beardless.
Lumberjacks without beards?
Lumberjacks without beards. Our last hope is Dr. Fibian, the local scientist. She may be able to whip something up that will get some whiskers on our team in time for the festival.
A scientist? Cool! Be back soon!
By the way, there are civilians around town that could probably use your help. I hope you wouldn't mind looking into them.
You got it, Mayor.
Beardless lumberjacks? That shouldn't exist. Okay, Burgermeister, you got a point. We will definitely help you with that. But first, and the last thing we want to do in this episode is complete our very first side mission to go and rescue Fluffy. That's right, our first little side mission in the entire game is a quaint little one here in Strudelbeck where we gotta save a kitty cat. And I went ahead and upgraded my toughness instead of our power in this episode, so that instead of us providing more damage, we lower the damage taken to ourselves. Young man, my cat has run away. Would you please find her? Yes, absolutely. We absolutely can, because I love kitty cats. They are my favorite animal in the entire world. I have a nice little kitty cat who is orange and white, and he has a pink nose and pink paws, and I love him so much. His name is Toby. Everybody, if you could say in the comments how much Toby's a great cat. I appreciate him every single day. Yes, I'm that type of person. However, the kitty cat in this game is a parkour expert, and I'd love to meet him in real life. Oh, thank you so much for finding my cat. I'll never let her out of my sight again. Well, I guess we can only hope so, lady. Anyway, with that mission complete, we can pretty much wrap up today's episode of Ben 10 Power Trip. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I'm not going to waste any time with this outro. See you next time. Bye.